In this pod, we'll look at how Adolf Hitler eliminated his political opposition in 1933, following his appointment as the Chancellor of Germany.
Hitler's moves to eliminate opposition can be traced to many different actions. One of the earlier examples follows the Reichstag fire. Hitler manipulated President Hindenburg into using Article 48 to overrule the Reichstag and pass the Reichstag fire decree on the 28th of February 1933. This increased the power of the Nazi Party in the lead-up to the March elections. It enabled them to legally use the police force to intimidate their political opponents and secure more votes. They arrested and tortured several left-wing people, including communists. Hitler's clever use of intimidation, arresting much of the opposition, and coercing certain parties worked in his favor. Though he did not have a two-thirds party majority in the Reichstag, he was able to coerce several parties into passing the Enabling Act. This gave Hitler the power to make laws without the approval of the Reichstag.
Hitler held sustainable political power following the Enabling Act, and Germany entered a period of significant change. This period of change is referred to as Gleichschaltung, meaning coordination and the standardization of political, economic, and social institutions. Hitler swiftly turned his government into a dictatorship. He consolidated his power and removed his enemies. By the end of 1933, all political parties except the Nazi Party had been forced to dissolve or had voluntarily disbanded. The Nazi Party also took control of education and culture.
Trade unions were seen as a direct threat to the party, as they held great influence over the working class. To remove their authority, Hitler formally banned them. On May 2, 1933, police units seized all trade union headquarters and leaders were arrested. Their assets were confiscated. Hitler then established the German Labour Front, often abbreviated to DAF. The DAF was a Nazi-run organization and presented itself as looking after the interests of the working class. Robert Ley was appointed as its leader. The main aim of the German Labour Front was to ensure the working classes felt better off under Nazi rule and were therefore submissive to its requests. It needed to balance the removal of workers' rights, such as to strike and a reduction in pay, with full support for the party. It offered a job creation program, essential and popular with unemployment still high. Hitler also created the Strength Through Joy movement, Kraft durch Freude. This offered workers subsidized holidays, cheap theatre trips, and leisure activities.
Once he had banned trade unions, Hitler's attention turned to other political parties. Political parties, including the Communists, became legally outlawed. Some opted to voluntarily dissolve themselves before Hitler took action against them. For example, the Centre Party opted for dissolution on the 5th of July 1933. A law against the formation of new parties was introduced on the 14th of July 1933. This, as the name suggests, prevented any new political parties from being created and ensured Germany became a one-party state. By the end of 1933, the Nazi Party was the only legal political party in Germany. Hitler and the Nazi Party had removed all parliamentary opposition within months. The Reichstag ceased to function as it once had.
The abolition of political parties and trade unions left the president, the army, and religious institutions as the only organizations beyond formal Nazi control.